The following is a presentation of ABC 27 Sports.
From ABC 27 and Advanced Hoops, it's High School Sports Live, presented by Arlington Orthopedic. Tonight, high school basketball, a boys-girls doubleheader for you. It'll be a big battle as far as Mid-Penn Commonwealth Division is concerned. It's Central Dauphin East and Central Dauphin. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Central Dauphin High School. I'm John Meppitz from ABC 27, joined by the coach, Todd McCall, and Advanced Hoops Director, Charlie Courtney. And Charlie, I think we hit the daily double tonight. We have the intensity of an intra-district rivalry, plus the fact that both games are very important in the early season standings.
Yes, on the girls' side and the boys' side, either team could actually win tonight. I know the boys are 7-0 or are undefeated from Central Dauphin, but CDEast boys have come really close against Cedar Cliff, against Hershey. They played some really good ones, and they're due to have a great game as well. And on the girls' side, I know one of our Gelbaugh girls are out with an injury, but for the most part, CDEast has firepower in the sophomore Haley Gelbaugh that can shoot the lights out. So it should be interesting as CD girls have a strong front line, but tonight could go either way.
Okay, so as far as the girls' game is concerned, let's talk about Central Dauphin, Todd, and they're very young. They only have 3 seniors on the roster, and those 3 players are just basically role players.
Well, you said it. They are role players. They're 1-3 coming into this game, but why not make a statement here? Precious has got to come up and play big. Precious Martin and the company have to get their double figures tonight if they want to beat East here at home. The second thing, if you're East coming in, this is one of those games where it's a rivalry, so you see girls elevate their game to another level. The other thing is, girls and guys, they do not want to be embarrassed on TV. And if I was a coach, the first thing I would say is, like, every single play you play is live, go hard. And I think tonight we're in for a great one, John.
Okay, and then later on we're going to have the boys, and as far as the Panthers are concerned, you can sum them up in 2 words: very athletic.
Yes, and Coach Hassanfus, a new commander at CDEast, has done a great job. He knows how to employ players to have freedom, and he's got the talent, Eddie Cowan, Aaron Scott, just a lot of players that can make plays for CDEast.
And for the Rams, one of the best players in this state, and Devin Thomas.
Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. Devin Thomas has a lot of tools in his arsenal. He's bigger than anybody on the court. He's more athletic. It's going to be a tall order for CDEast Panthers to try to stop Devin Thomas tonight.
Okay, everybody, so get set for what should be a very entertaining evening of live high school basketball. Central Dauphin and CDEast. The girls are up first. We'll have their opening tip-off for you next on ABC 27.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents.
You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
For generations, Caterpillar has delivered innovative products that help customers build strong, profitable businesses. And for more than 60 years, Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company has been Pennsylvania's source for first-class Caterpillar equipment, service, parts, and rentals. With 26 locations across Pennsylvania, we've grown right alongside our customers, delivering on our commitment to provide a superior experience and maximum value. Cleveland Brothers Equipment Company, helping Pennsylvania prosper since 1948.
Having been to Arlington Orthopedics several times over the past roughly 15 years, I have found them to be very caring.
For 15 or 20 years, I've dealt with sciatic nerve pain down both legs. Kind of figured I was going to have that all my life.
Because of crippling arthritis, I no longer could hold on to things.
We went through this disc fusion surgery. It's just changed my whole life.
The pain is virtually gone, and he fully expects me to return to 100%.
When my dad opened Hoffman Ford in 1953, this was the model that you could drive out of the showroom.
In the past 59 years, yes, things have changed, but one thing still remains the same. There's always been a Ford and a Hoffman in our showroom.
Through 3 generations, the Hoffman Ford family has believed in always treating their customers with the courtesy and respect that they deserve.
passed on from our grandfather to our father and now to us. We believe these values will bring another 59 years of success. Bigger selection, better deals, Hoffman Ford.
Courtside at Central Dauphin High School, we are ready for action. The girls' game getting ready to tip off. CDEast and Central Dauphin. We are getting ready for the opening tip, and the game is underway. Central Dauphin in the home white, moving left to right here in the opening quarter. We'll take a look at the starting lineups in just a moment.
East coming out in a 1-2-2 zone here, extending on the ball. There's senior Gabby Scott.
Gabby Scott with the basket.
Stepping up, and CD going with a full court press of their own.
Drive to the hoop, shut off. Panthers reset. Panthers in the visiting black uniforms. Drive to the hoop, and there is a foul. That was Courtney Wanner on the drive. She was fouled. She'll go to the line. First foul of the game.
And Courtney Wanner's going to have to be very aggressive to keep CDEast in the game around the basket. She's going up against number 44, Maddie Hatcher, Precious Martin, number 23, two of the better power forwards in the area.
Banks the first one in for the Panthers' first point of the night.
Two quality starting lineups for both teams out there.
Second is no good, didn't hit the rim. Violation, so the Rams will take possession. 2-1, half a minute in tonight's opening quarter.
East pressing.
Break the press easily, but stolen away by the Panthers. Panthers looking to run. Lead pass up, no good on the layup is Alaysia Kane. And another foul underneath.
Credit East for being very aggressive. Again, two good starting lineups for both teams.
Here's taking a look at the starters for CDEast. Gabby Barcellona, Alaysia Khan, Courtney Wanner, CaLee Gelbaugh, averaging 16 points a game, and Brianna Simpson. As Wanner misses the first foul shot. Here's the starters for Central Dauphin. Gabby Scott, Jayneisha Davis, the Martin sisters, Precious and Perfect, and Madison Hatcher, the big girl inside. Wanner missed the first, actually CaLee Gelbaugh, that is Wanner, missed the first foul shot, makes the second. So we're knotted at 2. 1 minute in.
Both teams coming out pressing, both teams changing it up a little bit with some zone defense. It's already a strategy going on here.
Gabby Scott, jumper, far side, no good. Ball loose underneath. Here come the Panthers looking to run. That's Gabby Barcellona running the break. Jumper from the corner, no good. Jayneisha Davis with the rebound, bringing it down for the Rams. It's Precious Martin back to Davis. Cross-court pass. Feed inside. Pass goes over the baseline, out of bounds. Rams retain possession. First sub of the game coming in for the Panthers, number 10.
Shatara Parsons in the game for CD, number 11. She's a promising sophomore, 6 foot 2 inches tall.
Shot too hard off the backboard, no good. Panthers looking to run. In the corner, Haley Desso just off the bench, let it fly, no good. Back inside, stolen away by the Rams.
Number 12, Gabby Scott, makes this CD Rams team go from the perimeter. She's a senior, looking at playing some college basketball here, setting up the team.
Precious Martin banking one home. Precious, the leading scorer for the Rams, at better than 12 points a game. Rams have the early lead, 4-2. Three-point shot, no good. Martin with the rebound, stolen right back. Pass goes inside. That's CaLee Gelbaugh with the basket.
Credit CDEast for being the aggressor here early, John.
Stolen away again by the Panthers. Taken right back, though, by the Rams.
It's like they're both giving each other a dose of their own medicine here in the early going.
I got it, you got it.
It's like they were in the same practices this week, working on the same game plan.
Panthers packing the zone in tight. Pass inside, jump shot, no good by Precious Martin. Back come the Panthers. Working it around beyond the arc. Baseline jumper far side, off the rim and backboard, no good. Gabby Scott with the ball for the Rams.
You know, it's like two boxers coming out swinging. Sometimes the boxers, John, they come out and they kind of test each other. They don't want to hit too hard. They just kind of want to pick their moments to get their punches. But this is two boxers that have come out swinging. It's like they're kind of messing each other's hair up a little. But that's probably the best way to get this started. Hey, these girls they played on the same rec teams together, the AAU teams. They're in the same school district, and that's what happens when you have the crosstown rivalry going on here.
Precious Martin no good with the jumper from in the lane. Panthers with the rebound.
I'm impressed early on with Courtney Wanner, just being a body, just getting rebounds, taking it to the basket, being available around the hoop.
Wanner inside, misses the shot, ball over the end line.
Yeah, and this is where the height of CD's Shatara shot blocking ability right there. It's going to be tough for Courtney unless she tries to get that angle and draw the foul.
Rams picking it up on the defensive end with a full court pressure. Taking it to the hoop. Strong for the Rams. Nice move by Jayneisha Davis.
Well, and this is a girl that is capital A, aggressive for Coach Randy. She is a girl that, you know, she scores some points, but she does a little bit of everything, and she's out there because she's an aggressive player, and that's what they need in that lineup.
Rams up 6-4 as we approach the halfway point of tonight's opening quarter.
Both teams have used their bench at this point. They're not afraid to rotate the girls. If the Rams can get the advantage around the basket, maybe try to dump it down. But at this point, CDEast is doing a good job of fronting Shatara and keeping Precious on the perimeter.
Long three-pointer from the near corner.
Nice shot.
Jayneisha Davis. 9-4 Rams. Pass shot inside, blocked by Shatara Parsons. And we're going to have a timeout. We'll be back with more action in the first quarter right after this.
Join Charlie Courtney as he pitches back and forth with Dr. Tim Ackerman of Arlington Orthopedics on the subject of shoulder injuries. First off, Dr. Ackerman describes his experiences with the Philadelphia Eagles and Super Bowl 39. Dr. Ackerman tells us that shoulder injuries, dislocations, labral tears, rotator cuff issues are all too common. He explains the specific training he underwent on shoulder scope surgery and how shoulder surgery has gotten easier for patients. For the full interview, PASportsLiveTV.com. Select Physical Therapy College Spotlight. Adriana Berry is a former Lady Panther stepping up at Lock Haven University. While helping to lead her CDEast team to district and state playoffs in 2010, she averaged over 13 points per game and was named to the 2010 Big 15 team. Fellow Panther teammate Katie Lytle rocketed into her sophomore season at Swarthmore College, having racked up a head-turning 16 points per game. Adriana and Katie are tonight's Select Physical Therapy College Spotlight.
2:34 left in tonight's opening quarter. Central Dauphin in CDEast. The home Rams on top by a score of 9-4. Central Dauphin in white with the ball in a 5-point lead. Foul. First foul on the Panthers. Lob pass underneath, a little too strong. Out of bounds. Turnover Rams, Panthers ball.
Yeah, and that's forcing it to Precious Martin. Those passes have to come from shorter angles. They're trying to make that long pass into the post. And they're going to have a hard time getting her the ball unless they shorten that passing angle.
4 turnovers already in the opening quarter for the Rams. For East, drive into the hoop was Gabby Barcellona. That was shut off, and there's a tie-up underneath. Alternating possession, Panthers retain possession.
Yeah, the length of CD continues to be a factor for East. I mean, the CD's very aggressive. They're getting the drives, they're getting opportunities, but it's just the long wingspan of Amanda Stauffer just to alter that shot.
CaLee Gelbaugh called for the carry on that. So we're under 2 minutes to go, opening quarter. Rams still on top by a score of 9-4.
East applying some very good pressure on the ball. Now they're in a man-to-man. Trying to shake things up a little bit and use their quickness. Good idea at this point. Young coach Rashad doing a really good job with these girls. Bringing them, they're ready to play here tonight.
Precious Martin drive, kicked it back out. Jumper by Davis, no good. Martin called for the travel on the baseline.
Re-entering for the Lady Panthers, number 15, Alaysia.
Panthers down 5. They'll inbound. Central Dauphin showing some token full court pressure, broken easily by Alaysia Khan.
So enough to establish tempo, and that's what Coach G, you can try to pronounce Coach Gambly Angli here. I was an English major and can't do it, but
that's your responsibility. It says right here, Charlie does coaches.
But the idea is whenever you're pressing just to set tempo, and that was what CD accomplished there. What a nice point guard here, John, and Gabby Scott, senior leader for CD. Not a prolific scorer, but just sets the tone, keeps her dribble low, and runs the team. There's Jayneisha Davis going out to a nice applause. She had a nice stint there. A offensive 5-point spark, hitting a 3, hitting a 2 for the Rams.
Precious Martin kicks it back out. Under a minute now. Brianna Simpson.
Now this is a better, okay, that's a travel, but this is a better spot for Precious Martin to receive the basketball. And she keeps getting the ball in that spot, she's going to score points.
Panthers get it on the turnover. 40 seconds left. They got a long dry spell. They're still down 5.
They need so much agility work.
CaLee Gelbaugh kicks it over. Pull-up jumper from the lane. Gabby Barcellona hits.
Yeah, you know, Gabby Barcellona, junior, been getting some varsity time since she's been a freshman, so she's got a lot of experience out there. It's nice to see her knock down a shot there, and that's giving East that's keeping them in the ball game at this point. 9-6.
Pass inside to Perfect Martin, kicks it out, jumper no good, and we're going to come to the end of the first quarter. So first 8 minutes in the books. Central Dauphin leads CDEast by a score of 9-6. We'll be back with more basketball action coming up next on ABC 27.
When my dad opened Hoffman Ford in 1953, this was the model that you could drive out of the showroom.
In the past 59 years, yes, things have changed, but one thing still remains the same. There's always been a Ford and a Hoffman in our showroom.
Through 3 generations, the Hoffman Ford family has believed in always treating their customers with the courtesy and respect that they deserve.
Passed on from our grandfather to our father and now to us, we believe these values will bring another 59 years of success. Bigger selection, better deals, Hoffman Ford.
Advanced Tubes is the place for kids like me. Charlie Courtney teaches shooting, dribbling, passing, defense, and all kinds of fun games. The coaches are really cool. My favorite coach is Lenny, because he gives out candy if we did good. By the way, this is my dad, Charlie Courtney.
Back at courtside at Central Dauphin, the Rams lead the Panthers by a score of 9-6, and we invite you to join us on Facebook. Just like the High School Sports Live Facebook page for updates on games, broadcasts, video clips, and more. High School Sports Live on Facebook. And be sure to check out our website, pasportslivetv.com. You see photos, video clips, games, matches, schedules, everything you want. It's just right there. Just log on, pasportslivetv.com. Second quarter action underway. Central Dauphin in the white, 3-point lead. Jumper far baseline, no good. Ball loose. Rams pull it down, but they throw it away, but the turnover.
You know, good penetration by Jayneisha Davis. She keeps pressing the issue here. Her penetration gave Lindsay Averso a nice shot. Look from the corner. She got her own rebound. She seems to be the hustler for CD in the early going.
Bounce pass inside to Stauffer. Turns a little too hard off the rim, and there's a foul underneath.
Nice entry pass by Lindsay Averso to Amanda Stauffer. We're starting to see good entries to the post from CD. This will result in points if they keep plugging it down there eventually. Credit East for being very scrappy and making it tough on CD at every turn.
Near steal in the backcourt. Panthers break the pressure. CaLee Gelbaugh, jumper, no good. Davis on the floor.
Yeah.
2 points for the takedown. Oh, that's wrestling. That's tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's tomorrow night.
That's tomorrow night. Central Dauphin, Cumberland Valley Wrestling tomorrow night.
Well, and here we see Jayneisha Davis on the floor tying up a loose ball.
Panthers inbound. Pass goes inside to CaLee Gelbaugh. Gets it across to Wanner. Looking for a foul, but none called. Rams with the ball, and they start back.
There's that length again for CD.
Wild shot underneath by Davis, no good, but battles for it, pulls it back down. Ball still loose underneath. Precious Martin to her sister. Perfect Martin with the shot, no good. Ball still loose. Panthers grab it.
Good ball pressure by Perfect Martin on CaLee Gelbaugh.
It's Brianna Simpson. Out front, Alaysia Khan. They reset the offense. Wide open jumper near side, no good. Ball loose, out of bounds. They're going to stay at that end. Panthers keep it.
Well, the opportunities are certainly there for the Lady Panthers. They're just not converting, and they still haven't figured out a way to get in and around the long arms of CD. Courtney Wanner keeps going right into the outstretched arms of Amanda Stauffer and now recently Precious Martin.
CaLee Gelbaugh drives. They're going to get a reach-in foul.
Yeah, and she's going to have to force some things and make some things happen at this point because she's the best option on the court, averaging 18 points a game.
Gabby Scott with a foul for the Rams, her first, team's fourth tonight's opening half. Panthers showing patience, working the ball around far from the basket. Gelbaugh far side. Panthers attacking the man defense. Not much success. Barcelona. Gelbaugh kicks out, jumper near side. Alaysia Khan, hard off the rim, no good. Ball loose, and they're going to call traveling on the rebound. Charlie, in the beginning, it looked like we were going to have a high-scoring game as both teams really looked to kick the ball out and run at every opportunity. Now they look content to just kind of sit back and try to attack each other's defenses and see what they can get.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the aggressive style of both teams has caused the offense to be thrown off rhythm, and consequently they don't have shots falling and they're not getting their normal. So credit to defense to make it tough on the offense from both angles.
Barcelona called on the foul for the Panthers as she reached around. Second team foul on CDEast.
It'll definitely open up at one point. It's just a matter of which team will start opening up for more, which team's will is going to be broken first.
Drive to the hoop. Lindsay Averso, and she got fouled.
Lindsay, a senior leader, making something happen for their Lady Rams.
She'll go to the line for 2. Just under 5 minutes to go in tonight's first half. Misses the first foul shot.
Subbing in for the Panthers, number 5, Sarah Kessel.
Second, bottom of the basket. Todd?
Jim, I'm standing here with Coach Mike Mauser. Coach, you are no stranger to girls basketball in general. Tonight, this is a game that's a rivalry game. What do you see so far?
Well, I see a lot of turnovers and a lot of whistles. I mean, 3 officials, there must have been 45 calls in the first quarter alone. So this game, even though it is a rivalry, doesn't seem to have any flow to it yet. It's just been stop and go.
I want to ask you one question. In order to get like a Gelbaugh going and keep Precious Martin on the Ram side going, first let's talk Gelbaugh. What do you think that CDEast is going to have to do to get her maybe a little more easy shots inside?
Well, you asked me before the game how I thought the game has changed. I don't see a lot of screens. I think if you're blessed with some good shooters, it just seems that there's a lot of one-on-one and not a lot of ball movement. It seems it's not as much of a team concept, at least as I remember the game when I coached it.
As you can, okay, you're in retirement life right now, but I can say Mike Mauser, honestly, he has said a few things that we've said on the telecast. Screens, get people open. Back to you guys at the desk.
Yeah, when Mike talks screens, he's not talking about like doors and windows, right? He's talking basketball screens, like a true coach.
Well, it should be noted, Mike Mauser coached for Redland High School for 30 years. So he talks from a perspective of being on that sideline for a long time.
Knows a thing or two about the hardwoods. 10-6, favor of the Central Dauphin Rams. So we're under 4 minutes in tonight's second quarter. Gabby Scott on the dribble. Jayneisha Davis, long jumper, air ball. Panthers looking to run. Nicely pass, and they're walking on Brianna Simpson. She had to put it on the floor, but took about 3 or 4 steps before she put it up and in.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if we'll get a replay on that, but that definitely was a travel. You're allowed 2 steps, but not the Texas 2-step.
Yeah, that was an easy call. Usually when a whistle blows, half cheer and half boo. There was no dispute on that one.
Tell you what, the CDEast guards are working overtime on that help to try to. They're doing a great job of making it really tough on the taller Rams around the basket. But you just wonder, how long is this going to last? I mean, how long are they going to be able to stay out of foul trouble? How long are they going to be able to just limit the post play of CD Rams?
Precious Martin with the pass to her sister Perfect. Bank shot no good. Over the end line. Jeff Proctor says, let's stay here.
The tallest player for CDEast on the court until Courtney Wanner, 5'9", just walked in the game, is CaLee Gelbaugh at 5'7". So you're looking at Shatara for number 11 for Rams is 6'1", 6'2". Precious Martin's 5'11". Big advantage, Lady Rams, around the basket.
Gabby Scott puts it on the floor, drives, swatted away. Nice defensive play. Shot from the near corner is good. Brianna Simpson.
She concentrated. Brianna Simpson wanted to foul on that, but I tell you, she made the bucket.
And right back the other end. Jayneisha Davis puts it in, but they're going to take it away.
I'm curious if they count. This basket.
Apparently not. They took it down off the board.
She definitely released the ball before the charge, that's no doubt, but I guess I'm old school here. I thought that was... and in fairness, that rule, that's probably something I need to check with my man Donnie Epley on him, regarding. Probably get a text messages before the end of the game from Donnie Epley about that one. But again, Jayneisha Davis, very aggressive. She's got 2. I think Coach G wants her in the second half with 2 minutes 2 seconds to go. So he's going to rest her for the rest of the way out.
Only 1 basket so far here in tonight's second quarter. Lob pass went inside to Amanda Stauffer, but she was fouled on the play.
Well, we have a developing story right now with CDEast. This is on it's only 1 on Gelbaugh, CaLee Gelbaugh. I don't know why I want to keep calling her Haley. But they need to definitely keep her out of foul trouble. Need to keep her on the court.
And that foul puts the Rams in the bonus, so they'll be shooting fouls the rest of the half. As we're under 2.5 minutes to go in tonight's second quarter.
I think for CD, this is scary that East is in this game right now. For as bad as East is shooting, this is not a good formula for the Lady Rams here.
And another foul.
Well, and look at the fundamentals. The taking charges by Brianna Simpson. Credit Coach Rashad. He's got these girls fighting for every play, taking charges, triple help side, defense on the post just to make it tough around the basket.
You're mentioning about how poorly the team, or East, has been shooting. 3 for 15 from the floor and from 2-point shot, 0 for 5 from 3-point range. So a combined 3 for 20 so far in the opening half.
Well, we watched last night, Steel High boys shot very bad, under 25% for the game, and still had a shot at that game at one point.
Wanner with the turnaround. Good defense by the Rams. They start back. Under 2 minutes. Precious Martin, lob inside. Amanda Stauffer banks it up and in.
It's only a matter of time if you keep pounding in the post that those guards are going to get tired of helping, and there you go. CD just has to keep with that game plan.
Alaysia Khan does not get the roll on the rim. Stauffer, who had the last basket, with the big rebound.
And you see a little bit of fatigue on the guards of East having to play this pace. They're going to enjoy halftime, but I think keeping CD from scoring another basket is going to be the key for them to stay in this.
Gabby Scott to Stauffer up. Out front. Martin sisters played catch, back to Gabby Scott. Looking to lob it inside, there it is, but the pass is tipped away, but Martin gets it back. Missed, got it back, but got the foul. Let's take a look at that one again.
That was good tenacity by Shatara. Got her own rebound, went up strong. Sophomore, we're going to be hearing from this young lady the next 2 years. There's some security here, and you got Precious Martin back, Maddie Hatcher, Precious Martin. This CD girls team is certainly a team of next year with all these girls returning on the front line. It's going to give James Phillips from Patriot News something to write about for sure.
Parsons missed the first foul shot. She'll shoot a second. Missed them both, but Martin with the big rebound. 45 seconds to go. Cassidy Weaver just checked in for the Rams. Perfect Martin with the lob to her sister Precious. Foul called.
Well, the officials have done a pretty good job of staying out of the way. It's 7-7 on the foul side, just getting into the bonus. So definitely letting the girls play it. For as aggressive pace as this, that's not too bad. They're not overdoing it, not underdoing it. They're letting the girls hash this out themselves on the court, and that's how you want it to happen.
Precious Martin, no good on the front end of the 1-and-1.
I think we heard Coach. I think we heard Coach Mausner over there talking like a true coach, thinking there was probably a lot more fouls than there were. But coaches don't ever like to see fouls. He just.
I was wondering if he was watching the same game we were. He had, what, 45 calls in the first half.
I think most coaches want to see kids play the game, and they don't. And that's probably on a little bit of an extreme, but that's because that's their business.
Panthers throw it away for backcourt violation. So with 11 seconds to go, Central Dauphin's going to get the ball back. They're up by 4. 9 turnovers now in the first half for CDEast.
Yeah, you're seeing the guards for East starting to wear out, and Randy Gamliangli's game plan of subbing 9-10 girls is starting to really pay off for him.
Perfect Martin, Shantara Parsons. Time running out. Shot is no good at the buzzer. So he played 16 minutes. The opening half in the books. Central Dauphin leads it by a score of 12-8. And with coach's interview, let's go over to Todd McCall. Todd?
I'm here with Coach Gambliani. Coach, East has kind of presented a lot of different looks at you here. Your team handled it, have a 4-point lead. What are you going to tell them here at halftime?
You know, they were mostly man team coming into the game, and they threw that zone at us. I had to figure, it seems to play in the zone a little bit this year. At halftime, I think our girls played well. I think we got to keep exploiting the inside. We got a little height advantage, and just keep our poise.
And that, Coach, one other question. Press, basically, you had a fairly easy time handling the press. What do you think you can do to maybe up-tempo this game a little bit, or maybe get a change in the actual feeling of the game?
Yeah, get the ball out off a rebound. Get the ball out to the point guard for rebound and keep running. Yeah, we got an easy basket there once. They called the charge, but, you know, we'll be back at it.
Coach Gambliani, we appreciate it. We'll get you back in. Gentlemen, right back to you.
Okay, thanks, Todd. So the opening half is in the books. Central Dauphin leading CDEast by a score of 12-8. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more at Central Dauphin right after this. You're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27.
Advanced Tubes is the place for kids like me. Charlie Courtney teaches shooting, dribbling, passing, defense, and all kinds of fun games. The coaches are really cool. My favorite coach is Lenny, because he gives out candy if we did good. By the way, this is my dad, Charlie Courtney.
Groff Tractor and Equipment is PA's full-line equipment dealer, representing Case Construction along with other leading manufacturers. Groff Tractor has built a 53-year reputation in serving the total sales, rentals, parts, and service needs of its customers. Groff Tractor paves the way for your project from start to finish, offering the latest parts and equipment from Case Construction and more. Groff also offers 24/7 job site support. Groff Tractor and Equipment is your #1 source for everything under construction.
All-state freshman Malia Tate DeFreitas tore her ACL in a heated state playoff, and her dreams seemed shattered.
Tried to come back in and it wasn't working out. I thought that my basketball career was over.
Getting an assist from the doctors at Arlington Orthopedic, Malia is ready to attack the hoop this season.
It feels good when I jump and cut and stuff. It feels normal, and the brace really helps me.
To go from tears to a smile, it's just a beautiful thing.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Join Charlie Courtney as he pitches back and forth with Dr. Tim Ackerman of Arlington Orthopedics on the subject of shoulder injuries. First off, Dr. Ackerman describes his experiences with the Philadelphia Eagles and Super Bowl 39. Dr. Ackerman tells us that shoulder injuries, dislocations, labral tears, rotator cuff issues are all too common. He explains the specific training he underwent on shoulder scope surgery and how shoulder surgery has gotten easier for patients. For the full interview, PASportsLiveTV.com.
When my dad opened Hoffman Ford in 1953, this was the model that you could drive out of the showroom.
In the past 59 years, yes, things have changed, but one thing still remains the same. There's always been a Ford and a Hoffman in our showroom.
Through 3 generations, the Hoffman Ford family has believed in always treating their customers with the courtesy and respect that they deserve.
Passed on from our grandfather to our father and now to us, we believe these values will bring another 59 years of success. Bigger selection, better deals, Hoffman Ford.
Welcome back to Central Dauphin, the girls' game. First half of our boys-girls doubleheader tonight. Central Dauphin leading CDEast by a score of 12-8. This is the United Concordia Dental halftime report. Todd McCall, Charlie Courtney. I'm John Reps from ABC 27. And gentlemen, not a whole lot of scoring to talk about the first half. Todd, what do you think?
Well, Mike Mausinger said it so well. He said, I'm missing seeing kids set screens. And, that's just plain coach here. To get people open, you got to set screens. If I'm Gelbaugh, I'm going to shoot it. Coach tells me to shoot it. I heard it when I was on the sideline. I got to put it up. CD-wise, when East goes man-to-man, they've got to take a look at it during their flex offense to keep it simple. They've got to hit bounce passes to Precious Martin. They've got to get her going inside.
Yeah, and I think we saw a fresher CD at the end of that half. I think the quickness factor at guard goes to East, but if you're on the court minute after minute not getting a break, that's going to cause some turnovers and cause some missed shots. And also, East has to find a way to get those angles and get fouled. The length of CD is just hurting the post for East.
Yeah. Usually you don't see very many 12-8 games at halftime. If you're a coach, what are you telling your team in the locker room?
To be honest with you, CD's perspective, I want to up-tempo. I want to push. I want to get out in the lanes. I want to get some opportunities to get running. If I'm East, I kind of like what is happening here with Coach Macon's squad. They're coming down. They're taking their time in the offensive set, and they're making the defense work a little more. One thing I want to say for the future, Charlie and John, these are 2 teams, if I was coach, I would love to have. There's youth. There's a nice drive on both squads. And if I'm Trinity Shamrock girls, they're keeping pace. They're right there. They're right there.
Yeah.
In order to get that next level, though, a few things got to sharpen up.
Well, if you don't mind me pointing out that I think we're seeing 2 really well-coached games. And when you struggle to score on both ends and you struggle to find a way, it's because you've done your homework and you're cutting the other team off at every angle. But look for it to open up in the second half, because after a while players start playing and things start happening and the ball starts falling, and I think we're going to see that in the second half a little bit more.
Okay, we have some statistics for you. Let's take a quick look here. Gentlemen, as we said, not really a whole lot going on as far as field goals. Very poor shooting percentage from 2-point range, 3-point range. Turnovers, about what you would expect in a game like this. Anything else jump out at you right there?
No, it's actually pretty even, with the exception of it's 12-8, so the difference is a few buckets here.
Okay, this is the United Concordia halftime. Todd, one last comment?
Well, just one last comment is, TV does make a difference. I think when the girls settle down in the second half, you're going to see a whole different ballgame.
We hope so. It was like last night. We had a pretty dull first 3 periods. Third or fourth quarter, they lit it up, Steel High and Harrisburg last night. So again, 12-8, Central Dauphin leading CDEast. We'll be back with second half action coming up on High School Sports Live on ABC 27. Coming up next.
The neurologist said you will lose the ability to swallow, to breathe. You will die. I asked the neurologist, why? If we could transplant hearts, couldn't we also replace damaged motor neurons?
Jennifer devoted the last 6 years of her life to wiping out ALS. Project ALS has created a new paradigm for disease research.
We know the goal. We want to get a cure for ALS.
Got old electronics, such as a TV or computer to recycle? We've got your answer at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
E-cycling is quick, easy, and free for all county residents. You can also recycle old major appliances and other items safely at our center.
Have questions? Call our helpful staff at the Recycling Center or check our website for more information.
Recycling is now more convenient than ever.
Join us in going green to protect our environment.
Keep our earth clean and green. Wipe out waste and recycle.
United Concordia Dental has been insuring Central Pennsylvania for over 40 years. Whether you're looking for group, family, or individual coverage, United Concordia has the right plan to fit your specific needs. United Concordia also prides itself on its commitment to the community through its efforts to arrange free dental services for the underserved and its charitable contributions throughout the area. United Concordia not only takes care of your smile, we give you something to smile about.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
Look into the sun for coverage of student-athletes from Palmyra, Hershey, and Lower Dauphin. Drew Weedman and the Sun staff are dedicated to weekly coverage.
Extra, extra! Read all about West Shore student and team success with the growing popularity of the Carlisle Sentinel, the pacesetter in Carlisle and West Shore Sports Review.
Patriot News has covered the region of Harrisburg since 1854, from all-star selections to championship reporting, the leader in central Pennsylvania sports news.
Back at Central Dauphin, getting ready for the start of tonight's third quarter. Central Dauphin leading CDEast 12-8. Second half action underway.
Interesting. Gabby Barcelona's guarding Maddie Hatcher, who's 6 foot, and immediately CD exploits that mismatch and goes right inside. And Coach G said in an interview with Todd McCall that they were going to continue to exploit the mismatch, and that's exactly what they're doing.
So just 10 seconds in, first foul of the second half, and that's going to send Maddie Hatcher to the line. Maddie is 6'1" junior, averages about 4 points a game, misses the first foul shot.
Yeah, and she saw a little bit of limited action in the first half there, but she's in it for the long haul the second half. Coach G is going to use her body around the basket. You got an interpretation on that charge call. You cannot score after a charge. Our referees provided with us at halftime. Thanks to Jim Gallagher for checking in on that.
Gelbaugh, no good on the follow. Courtney Wanner with the rebound, but she got fouled on her putback attempt.
You know, I just remember the day where if you released the ball and charged, you know, the basket would count.
They would give you the basket first as long as it, right.
But not in high school basketball at this point, from what we're being told.
Now we have to start talking about perhaps some potential foul trouble here as Maddie Hatcher picks up her third foul, for Central Dauphin. Courtney Wanner misses the first. And misses the second. Rams looking to push it up the floor. Precious Martin. Gabby Scott resets. Looking to work it down inside. Scott drives up, no good. Hatcher uses her size, the ball batted around. Wanner pulls it down.
Courtney Wanner has come to play in the second half here, but CD's still not able to find the open basket here. Ball just going in and out.
Rams moving right to left in tonight's second half. And traveling called on Brianna Simpson. Shuffled the feet before she put the ball on the floor. Gabby Barcelona on the dribble. Gets it back, open jumper, and short. Long pass to Davis, drives, tries to dish it inside, kicked over the end line. Rams will keep it. On the inbounds, goes to Hatcher. She takes it up strong, but is fouled.
Good feed and right idea, just on both ends of the court, just not finishing. Just not finishing. It's really a aggressive defensive game, but an unaggressive offensive game. It's almost like the tale of two sides of the ball.
In the pregame, Charlie, we were talking about, you know, the intense rivalry. These girls are from the same district. But what's that like going up against somebody who's not just an opponent, but that's somebody who you really know and you're good friends with?
Well, these girls, I mean, I have the privilege of seeing these girls actually compete against each other in our own advanced hoops program. We have the privilege of training a lot of these girls, but so they're friends. They're texting each other. They know each other. They naturally they're loyal to their teammates, but these are relationships that go back to CDABA, rec, AAU basketball. So. It is probably a little odd playing against each other in this game.
We have a timeout, so let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more action.
High School Sports Live is brought to you by
Hemp Brothers, paving the way in concrete, asphalt, crushed stone construction services. Keystone State Games, Pennsylvania's largest amateur athletic festival. NK Sporting Goods, partnered with NK Graphics, has been outfitting the teams of Central PA for over 25 years. United Concordia, ensuring America's dental health for over 40 years. Regen, Muscle Recovery Beverage. Experience the raw power of natural cocoa. Groff, Tractor and Equipment, we're your #1 source for everything under construction. Sun Motor Cars, experience Central PA's ultimate driving headquarters. Central Pennsylvania Basketball Officials Association. Become an expert at knowing one rule, one interpretation. Advanced Hoops. Contact us at 657-2620 or visit us online at advancedhoops.com.
5:48 left in tonight's third quarter. Central Dauphin on top of CDEast 15-8. That's the Rams with the ball on the attack.
And 15-8 doesn't seem like a big spread, but for a game that's only scored 15 points in almost two and a half quarters, that's a big difference. So this is an important time for East to answer and to stop CD Rams.
Travel is CaLee Gelbaugh went to the floor. Good point there, Charlie. If East is going to take the lead, they're going to have to score as many points just to get the lead as they've scored the entire game to this point.
Well, and I've seen it happen. I coached 6th grade girls, and we scored 5 points in 30 seconds the other day to tie a game when we had only scored 5 points the whole game. And that's a younger level basketball, actually 5th grade girls team. So
lob pass that time went into Maddie Hatcher. The ball was loose over the end line.
And John, that's what happens when competition and winning and losing is on line. All of a sudden, you find a way to make it happen.
Rams almost throw it away, but Gabby Scott with the save. Martin sisters out front. Jayneisha Davis, long three-pointer, off the rim, no good. Courtney Wanner with the rebound, and we're going to get a timeout call by CDEast. So we're going to have a 30-second timeout. So while the teams are talking it over, we invite you to join us on Facebook. Just like the High School Sports Live Facebook page for updates on game broadcasts, video clips, and more. High School Sports Live on Facebook. And be sure to check out our website. That's PASportsLiveTV.com. You can see photos, video clips, game and match schedules, and more. If you like this game, you can go back and watch it again at a later date. You can watch last night's boys game between Steel High and Harrisburg. You can watch games from past years. So all that, just log on to PASportsLiveTV.com. And the Hoffman Ford Player of the Game. It's coming up a little bit later on.
And we're going to have a little help with that. Hopefully the fans at home are going to be able to go on the computer and vote. But we're going to be talking to James Phillips after the third quarter. He's going to give us his take on who might be his player of the game candidate, and also his take on the overall game in general. I'm curious to hear what James has to say on that one.
Rams come up with the turnover, but good hustle by Brianna Simpson getting back on defense to tip that ball away. So 4:46 left, 15-8, and Charlie, it seems like the Panthers have been stuck on 8 points for eternity.
Yes.
Since about halfway through the second quarter, they got their 8th point, and they're still there. Ball off the foot of Precious Martin. It's loose on the floor, and we're going to get a tie-up. Alternating possessions, going to give the ball to CDEast.
And it should be pointed out that Michaela Gelbaugh, a freshman that had been contributing nicely for CDEast early on, is out with an ACL injury this year, and that's unfortunate because there was a lot of promising prospects for her this year, not only scoring points, but just helping this team. And that was a big blow for the CDEast Panthers not to have Haley not to have her sister in the lineup with her this year.
Gabby Barcelona's pass inside tipped away.
Actually, CaLee, I'm gonna get some text messages and emails here from Mom. Get that right, and I don't blame her.
Just one of those mental things. She'll get it.
CaLee herself.
Nice steal by Precious Martin. She takes it to the hoop. And they're going to say she was stepped on the end line.
Not sure if we have a replay on that or not, but I'll tell you, that looked like a foul, but I think the referee might have got that right. But again, nice hustle by Gabby Barcelona.
CaLee Gelbaugh breaks the pressure in the backcourt. That's Gabby Barcelona. Kicks it out. Far corner. Jumper off the rim, no good. Back out, Brianna Simpson gets the three.
You just need one of them to fall just to get some momentum.
Get the lid off the basket, maybe they'll all start going in. Under 4 minutes to go. Panthers' first points in a long, long time. It's a 4-point game, 15-11, favor the Rams. Defensive pressure, ball tipped away. CaLee Gelbaugh with the steal. Nice pass, up, off the rim, no good. Amanda Stouffer with the rebound. Rams looking to run now. That's perfect, Martin. Hard off the glass, no good. Courtney Wanner with the rebound. Things have really picked up in the last 30 seconds. CaLee Gelbaugh jumper, no good. Jayneisha Davis with the rebound.
Wow.
And we're going to have a timeout.
Well, CDEast has had to play so hard on both ends without the substitutions to give them a break, and you're just seeing tired legs on that shot there. That's a shot that CaLee Gelbaugh knocks down on a regular basis, John.
You have to wonder where that sudden spurt of activity came.
Yeah.
I hope we have more of it the rest of the game. Todd's standing by with somebody special for an interview. Todd?
Gentlemen, I'm here with Brian Hoyt from Select Physical Therapy. And Brian, we actually got a close game here now, but girls' injuries, there's some frequent knee injuries you see. Talk about a little bit of some of the things that you've treated in the past, or what injuries are girls prone to?
Yeah, especially with basketball and girl athletes in general, they do tend to get more ACL tears. And of course, with girls basketball, any basketball, you get a lot of sprained ankles and general knee injuries.
Well, I got to ask you one thing from a basketball perspective, seeing the action tonight. Yeah. This is kind of a close game. What do you feel right now tonight?
Just a lot of defense tonight. It's a low-scoring game so far. The girls are playing real hard, and a lot of good defense out there.
Brian Hoyt, Select Physical Therapy. Gentlemen, we do have a close one, 17-11 here, and anything can happen. Gentlemen?
On the drive to the hoop, that was perfect, Martin, with the basket and the foul. Here it is one more time. Drives the baseline, pulls up, banks it in, gets the foul. She's going to go to the line.
And that was an important one for the Lady Rams because you don't want to be at home and let CDEast catch any rhythm here, and that kind of answered that last score.
Panthers break the press. Simpson drives, and she was fouled.
You know, Brian Hoyt from Select Physical Therapy mentions ACL injuries, and it's exactly what Michaela Gelbaugh is dealing with is a knee injury herself. It's going to keep her out for probably, talking to her before the game, and her sister the next 6 months.
Haley Desso with the miss for the Panthers. Rams with the rebound. We approach the 2.5-minute mark. Rams lead by 6. Precious Martin looking to get it down inside. It's perfect. Martin drives the baseline where she just hit her last basket. Parsons no good, but the foul by Precious Martin. She gets the basket and the foul. So she's going to go to the line with a chance to complete the three-point play. Here it is one more time. Shatara Parsons missed, but there's Precious Martin for the follow.
Well, and she's averaging 13 points a game, and you know, and this is what CD needs. They need their leader to step up and knock down some shots and create a separation here. And this is perfect timing for it. Not precious timing, but perfect timing.
Oh, you're just waiting all night to use that one, weren't you? I could tell. 9-point game, 2011. CD over CDEast. Gelbaugh just can't seem to find the range tonight. That one was in and out, but a foul underneath. Haley Desso is going to go to the line for 2. She will shoot another. Important game in the Mid-Penn Commonwealth standings. The winner of this game is going to tie Cumberland Valley for second place. Cumberland Valley, the winner of this game, will be a game behind Trinity in the early season standings in the Commonwealth Division. Don't want to fall 2 games behind the Shamrocks. Lob pass inside, laid up and in by Shatara Parsons.
Yeah, we're looking at a separation of 11 points now. East is going to have to really shake some things up, but Rams are doing a good job of coming back with their own press to keep the Lady Panthers off balance. And there's Amanda Stauffer with the long arms blocking the shot.
Perfect Martin, lead pass inside. Shatara Parsons gets another one. And just like that, this game is starting to get out of hand. Minute 22 left. CD now with a 13-point advantage. It's 24-11. We'll be back with more action in tonight's third quarter. Right after this, you're watching high school basketball live on ABC 27.
Get ready to start popping with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza. It's your favorite Pizza Hut pizza surrounded by 28 tasty cheese-filled bites. You won't be able to stop pulling them, dipping them, and popping them. And right now, a Cheesy Bites pizza with your favorite topping is just $11.99. Plus, add a 2-liter Pepsi and an order of breadsticks for just $5 more. The Cheesy Bites pizza deal won't last long, only $11.99 and only at your Pizza Hut.
Back at Central Dauphin High School, a sudden spurt by the CD Rams was a 4-point game. It's now a 13-point game. Went from 15-11 to 24-11 just like that. We have a minute 22 left in tonight's third quarter. Teams come back out onto the floor. Panthers just need to find some sort of offensive answer. Haven't been able to get anything to fall tonight. Just 11 points through almost the first 3 quarters. Gabby Barcellona with the ball for the Panthers, nearly loses it. Stolen nearly by Gabby Scott of the Rams. Panthers will inbound just in front of us. CaLee Gelbaugh fouled. Has to be frustrating, Charlie, for somebody like CaLee Gelbaugh. She comes into the game averaging over 16 points a game, and here we are through almost 3 quarters, and the team only has 11.
Well, and she's having to she's having to guard the post tonight, John. She's having to exert her energy in a lot of areas against a much bigger Lady Rams team. So it's a lot of those kind of things knock players out of their rhythm. And even the defenses have really affected the normal flow as well.
Gabby Scott open 3 from top of the key. No good over the end line. So 46 seconds left. Panthers get the ball back. Sarah Desso checks back in for CDEast.
Tell you what, the spark of the night for us, our crew, is going to be James Phillips coming in and providing some analysis here. I'm really curious what James thinks, but there is a lot of time here, and it's really only 6 baskets. 5 when you consider the three-point line. 4 when you consider the three-point line, actually.
Ball tipped away by Sarah Desso. Rams will keep possession. Just under 30 seconds to go. Scott, nice pass inside to Shatara Parsons, who's really come alive here in the third quarter. It's now 26-11. CaLee Gelbaugh drive to the hoop, shut off. 5 seconds left. Rams with a shot, maybe. Amanda Stouffer at the buzzer, no good. But we went from a 15-11 game. The Rams rattle off 11 straight points to take control of this by a count of 26-11.
When my dad opened Hoffman Ford in 1953, this was the model that you could drive out of the showroom.
In the past 59 years, yes, things have changed, but one thing still remains the same. There's always been a Ford and a Hoffman in our showroom.
Through 3 generations, the Hoffman Ford family has believed in always treating their customers with the courtesy and respect that they deserve.
Passed on from our grandfather to our father and now to us, we believe these values will bring another 59 years of success. Bigger selection, better deals, Hoffman Ford.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
Getting ready to start tonight's fourth quarter. Central Dauphin leading CDEast by a score of 26-11. Fourth quarter is underway, and while we're getting things started, let's go back to Todd McCall. Todd?
Dauphin is continually look at Parsons inside. She goes on a 6-0 run herself. They found another weapon inside, and Charlie, as you talked about, the size difference is making that difference here in the second half. The Rams' height advantage, as you can see, is really the difference inside. And I think actually CDEast is really having a struggle at this point in time.
Thanks, Todd.
Gentlemen.
Well, we got our
CaLee
man.
Gelbaugh, pass inside, no good. Finally, East gets another basket from Sarah Desso. And now we'll bring in our 4th member of our broadcast crew from the Harrisburg Patriot News, James Phillips. James, what do you think so far?
Leader 2, Shatara Parsons is having her way underneath because CD has great length, and they're finally taking advantage of the situation. And like I said, it's going to be hard for CDEast to mount some kind of comeback here. They got to start making their shots for one thing. They're missing too many, and the CD pressure is bothering them up in the backcourt.
Well, you're looking at some girls here for CDEast that. Like Alaysia Khan, a junior, Courtney Wanner, a junior, CaLee Gelbaugh, a sophomore, Brianna Simpson, a junior. You're looking at a lot of girls that are still getting their feet wet in varsity basketball, going up against a Ram team that has a senior point guard, Gabby Scott, Jayneisha Davis, aggressor on the ball. You know, you got the size of Maddie Hatcher, pressure. They just seem to be, the deck stacked a little too high tonight. Is that what you're seeing, James?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, and you also remember, you know, CDEast has gone through some injuries, you know, the starting port guard, you know, the younger Gelbaugh girl. And, you know, it's just something like they have a 6-girl rotation, really. And it's something really hard doing. You know, CD can bring in some players, some length, and throw it at them and wears them down.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't even know where to go with player of the game right now. A couple things that stand out to me is, well, a three-pointer just stands out to me for CDEast. But do you have any thoughts on player of the game, James, as we're trying to sort out that?
Well, I would say Miss Parsons, she provided a spark in that third quarter.
Yes.
And Jayneisha Davis, she's been hustling all game long.
There's definitely
the energy, you know, she brings.
Yes.
And I would say Precious Martin too.
And you know, one thing, I guess we got to check the stat sheet here, but Gabby Scotts probably has many of the assists into the post, really finding the post, especially when it counted here. And so we'll have to take some of the stats into consideration. I guess this player of the game is going to come down to the wire here for the Rams.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, that's unless CDEast can mount this comeback here, and looks like they're trying. Rashad's going to get a timeout.
Yeah, it's interesting here. One thing about the East Panthers, they will fight to the end, and they're a gritty group. They're this little undermanned right now.
Actually, it's not a timeout. We got Coach G doing the revolving door substitution, picking up full court press. He wants to keep the pressure on here, and he doesn't want to let up. And it's a smart game plan at this point. It's working.
10-point game. It's 28-18. A couple of baskets for both schools so far here in the fourth quarter. Panthers inbound the ball, trying to get it into a single-digit disadvantage. Jumper from the corner, no good by Simpson. Ball goes out of bounds.
Good box out by Perfect Martin. James, I wanted your take on what's going on with CaLee Gelbaugh tonight. You know, naturally she's not getting her normal points. Seems to be asked to do a lot tonight. She's having to guard the post. And how do you shape up for her game tonight?
Yeah, she's a little off in being that she's asked to do a lot. You know, like I said, I think it's taken away from her offensive game.
Yep.
Her shots just not falling, and she's you know, out of sync a little bit tonight.
Well, and in the midst of that, she has a chance to put it within 8 here if she knocks down 2 foul shots.
Well, 5:02 is a lot of time.
5:02, it's a 10-point game, 28-18. CaLee Gelbaugh of CDEast hopes to have something to say about that. She misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Gabby Scott pulls down the rebound. Long pass down floor. Just over the end line. So the Panthers are going to get the ball right back. Gabby Barcellona breaks the pressure with the dribble. Off her foot, loose ball on the floor, a tie-up. Alternating possession is going to stay with the Panthers.
You know, James, I don't know if you had a chance to watch high school basketball live last year, but that was a coming out party for CaLee Gelbaugh. She had a big game against CD last year and led them in scoring in this same event.
We have a timeout on the floor. 4:45 left, 28-18. We invite you to join us on Facebook, just like the High School Sports Live Facebook page, for updates on games, broadcasts, video clips, and more. It's High School Sports Live on Facebook. You can also order tapes of tonight's game if you like it. Also right there. Of this game and any other game we've done so far this year. And vote for your player of the game on Facebook as well. And that could be a very tough decision to make tonight. Go to also PASportsLiveTV.com to vote for that player of the game, the Hoffman Ford player of the game. I have a couple of thoughts, but I'm going to kind of keep that under wraps. I'll be the tiebreaker tonight, perhaps, if it comes down to that. And we have a basketball doubleheader for you tonight, but tomorrow night it's wrestling. We take to the mats. George Hartwick and I will be over at Cumberland Valley High School. It'll be Central Dauphin, the reigning state champs, taking on Cumberland Valley. So tune in for that one tomorrow night.
It's going to be a big one over there. And I was talking to Coach Swaggart today. He feels like it's going to be a good one between the two schools, as it usually is.
4.5 to go. Rams by 10. Jayneisha Davis drives to the hoop, short with that shot. Panthers looking to run. Long lead pass to Sarah Desso. Can't get it off the rim and in. Goes over the end line. But the Panthers are going to keep possession. Gelbaugh drives. Little running one-hander up and good on the baseline.
John James, that's what we saw from a more rested CaLee Gelbaugh last year. A lot of runners, pull-ups. Here's the interesting thing. Gabby Barcellona gets the rebound and gets fouled here. There's 4 solid minutes to go, and she knocks down a couple foul shots here. This is still dangerous for Coach G's. He's sweating bullets over there, and I won't blame him.
And the Panthers are in the bonus, so they're going to be shooting the rest of the way out. Foul is on Jayneisha Davis. That's her 3rd, team's 8th. So going to the line is going to be Gabby Barcellona. Chance to cut into the 8-point lead. Off the rim, no good. Rams with the ball, it's loose. Another whistle, and we're going to get a Panther foul. East is cold from the foul line as well, not just the floor. They're 0 for 6 from the line in the 4th quarter alone.
Courtney Wanner, the much needed size back in the game here for CDEast. The Panthers face guarding full court, trying to make something happen here in the late going.
And a Stouffer ahead to Precious Martin. Pass over to Jayneisha Davis. Coach G saying, take your time. Martin was on the baseline, so a turnover. Ball goes back to the Panthers. They're still down 8 with 3:44 to go. Sarah Desso checks back in for East. She's provided a little bit of a spark here in the 4th quarter. 10 turnovers for Central Dauphin this half. Jumper no good off the backboard and out of play. That was Haley Desso on the miss. So the Rams are going to get the ball back. Inbound against full court pressure from CDEast. Loose ball, we're going to get a tie-up. Alternating possession. It's going to go to the Rams. So we're going to do it all over again. Amanda Stouffer, the inbound from practically the same spot she was just a few seconds ago. Gabby Scott almost has the pocket picked, and they're going to call a foul. Brianna Simpson whistled for the infraction.
Fouls on each side, 24, Brianna Simpson, that's her 3rd, the team's 6th.
6 team fouls now on the Panthers, so the next one will put the Rams in the bonus.
You know, of the Rams' 28 points, John, you have 3 girls with 5. Jayneisha Davis had a chance to separate herself here. She was one of the girls with 5. But it's a balanced attack here. They're getting points from all aspects of that group that they're rotating in there. In fact, Amanda Stouffer has a chance to become the leading scorer here. Junior, 5'11", and she just, okay, I jinxed her. James Phillips, I jinxed her.
Yeah.
Shatara Parsons, 6'1" sophomore, checks back into the Rams lineup as Amanda Stouffer goes to the line for her second shot and makes that one.
Well, she has 6. She's leading.
So 3:15 to go.
And in a game where size is the factor, but I like, James, your idea. Jayneisha Davis seems to be providing just some energy for the Rams. A lot of early rebounds, early steals.
And there's a travel called inside on Courtney Wanner. So the Rams get the ball back with a 9-point lead. Gabby Scott, long pass to Parsons. Parsons up and in. Shatara Parsons on the break.
That's 6 for Shatara.
Move inside by CaLee Gelbaugh, no good, but she was fouled on the play. Perfect Martin on the foul, her second. But it's going to send Gelbaugh to the line.
Also, Gabby Scott, her steady hand at the point against a pressing East team. That's a factor tonight, getting the ball inside. There's a lot of stories here for the Lady Rams, but not one that overly stands out at this point.
It was a total team effort.
Probably how Coach G likes it over there, Coach Gabby.
And Gelbaugh buries 2 from the stripe.
30-second timeout taken by.
So we're going to have a 30-second timeout. 2:46 to go, 31-22. You said it's a balanced attack, and I think if you look at the team stat sheets, that's pretty much the way it is. Precious Martin, the leading scorer at 12.5 points a game. And then everybody else. You get a bunch of players, they're averaging 4 a game, 5, 6. So that's pretty much been the recipe for success so far this year for Central Dauphin, and the same thing is happening again tonight. You're just spreading it out among everybody.
And I think Coach G wants these girls to be playing a little better than this overall, to compete with Trinity, to compete with the upper echelon team, to have a chance to win this league with this size. They're going to have to play with a little more pop, but I think in a rivalry game where CDEast is scrappy, I think he'll take this win if he can get it here just by utilizing his strength around the basket.
And ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a turnover for the Rams. So the Panthers are going to get it back. They're down 9. Charlie, you mentioned Trinity, the fact that both these teams have played Trinity so far. CDEast lost a very low-scoring game, 31-26. East lost by 7 points, 60-53. So as we said earlier, the winner of this game joins Cumberland Valley, 1 game behind the Shamrocks in the Commonwealth Division standings. So a very important game as far as the outcome is concerned, as to where these teams are going to stack up now.
Well, in Cumberland Valley, what a surprise issue. Not a surprise to those who've watched those girls work hard in the offseason. Jackie Faulkner leading, a Division I wing player. Shoots the ball well, but they are definitely, Coach Bill Wolf really has them going over there, and for them to be in that position, hats off to them. And we'll have them live on TV here coming up in January. But I don't know, John, player of the game, any thoughts? James, help us out, man.
Well, I look at Miss Parsons because she provided that spark in the third quarter.
Right when they needed that separation.
Remember,
that's a good
6
point.
straight points. They fed her underneath the basket, and she made some good plays. So.
John, any thoughts?
I was going to go with the double deuce. I was going to say Jayneisha Davis. Guys, I think she settled things down in the first half when things were still up in the air. And she kind of got things settled down for the Rams, and that's kind of when they took control of this game.
That's a good point, and there's their leader, Precious Martin, coming here. But again, when you look at what was the most valuable player of a game, you look at what was one of the most valuable plays or most valuable times in the game, and I'm leaning toward Jayneisha Davis myself because I'm just remembering her on the floor, getting loose balls, getting a key rebound, and that 3 she made in the first half seemed to be an important basket to get some momentum going, and a nice drive to the bucket early as well. I guess we got to be like Regis filming and give our final answer here in a second. Huh? You know, we probably should bring Todd in on this to see what he.
Yeah, we get the coach to weigh in on that.
Okay, well, it looks like.
Interesting to see who Mike Mausner would think about this one, too.
Well, we got another 2 minutes of basketball. Let's see what happens here.
Still an 11-point game. Gelbaugh finally gets the basket to fall from the outside. That's a three-pointer.
And we tend to move toward our player of the game being the girl on or a guy on the winning team. So let's
turnover for the Rams. Panthers are going to get it back. So
if Haley Gelbaugh
there's still some life.
Yeah, if she can put 3 more of those in and get it, she may be it.
Rams had a chance to really put this game away, but they just can't seem to hang on to the ball. 13 turnovers on Central Dauphin this half alone.
Yeah, Coach G's not happy. You never foul and stop the clock in a situation like that. It was an aggressive play by Gabby Spot, but here you're putting one of the best shooters in the league on the foul line, and she's in a rhythm right now.
Well, let's see. If they can mount a comeback, you have to give her some consideration, too. She had that three. Now she's going to the line. She's finally found her stroke. It's a 7-point game now. So as poorly as the Panthers have been shooting, they are still in this with 1:41 to go. Makes the second.
Nice foul throw.
Down 6 with 1:40 left. Almost another turnover for the Rams, but they're going to keep possession of this one. Let's go to Todd for a quick thought. Todd?
Gentlemen, the talk down here on the floor for the CDEast Panthers is get the ball to number 22, Gelbaugh. CaLee Gelbaugh, one of the struggles I see, Charlie, from coaching standpoint, is she's having to bring the ball up. Her legs are a little tired, but when she gets that stroke going and square up, she's money. And to make this game possible for them to win tonight, she's got to put it up a little bit more right now.
And they're going to call an offensive foul. Courtney Wanner. As things get a little physical along the baseline there.
I'll tell you what, that was an aggressive play there. Can't blame Courtney for wanting to get post position in a game where they haven't been able to get nothing happening, but that call came at a bad time for East as they were trying to mount a comeback here, and they're going to have to get a couple steals here with 1:18 down 6.
Pass goes into Gabby Scott, and they call the quick foul in the backcourt. The East fans thinking it should have been a travel as she went to the floor, saying she went down before the foul was committed. But the officials in the striped shirt say otherwise. So Gabby Scott's going to go to the line with 1:17 left. Her team is up 6. Chance to extend that. Out the front of the tight rims, I think, Charlie. Don't you think here? Everything seems to be hitting and bounding far away.
Well, it's hard to tell if they're tight, but their ball's certainly not going in it as much as either coach or team would like, that's for sure. But you have some of those nights, and on those nights, it's the defense that wins out. And I would say the defense is pretty much even tonight, but the defense for CD just has longer arms.
Panthers with a chance to cut it closer. Gelbaugh up and in.
Wow.
We approach the 1-minute mark. It's down to a 4-point game. And they're going to whistle Gelbaugh for a foul.
She has 4. Is that 5? Okay, she is. Wow, hats off to CaLee Gelbaugh here. She got her 5th foul, but she's used every foul and every ounce of her energy to try to help with this comeback, and it's going to be up to her teammates at this point if the Lady Panthers are going to have a chance.
She brought them from way back. She got them to within 4, but as you said, it's going to be up to her teammates to see if they can continue the comeback the rest of the way. Gabby Scott's going to go to the foul line.
East has a 5 guard lineup right now.
Double bonus now for both teams. So we're going to shoot everything the rest of the way out. 2 shots. Scott missed the first. one more shot with 1:01 to go. Makes the second. That ended a 7-0 run by the Panthers, taking it strong to the hoop. They're going to call traveling on the play. That was Sarah Desso. Saw an opening, took it in strong. Here it is again. She takes it in. They said no good.
I don't know. James Phillips, what do you think
That
of
was
that?
close.
Looked like a good drive to the basket to me.
Perfect Martin misses. The Panthers still with a shot. This is Desso coming back the other way.
I don't know that Coach Randy wanted a shot
Bad
at that
pass,
point.
threw it away. 40 seconds left, 5-point game.
Now East face guarding here, just trying to make something happen.
Gabby Scott in the backcourt.
Well, I think it's official. We're going to go with Jayneisha Davis here. It's 2-1. James was outvoted, but I like this selection. Shatar's got 2 more years to be player of the game on High School Sports Live, but I think we'll go with Jayneisha Davis, player of the game for her defense, her tenacity. Jayneisha is the Huffman Ford player of the game, number 22.
So good for her, although this one still isn't in the win column yet for the Central Dauphin Rams. 34-29, 36 seconds left. Just a reminder, stay tuned, folks. This is just the start. This is game 1 of our doubleheader, the boys to follow. Advanced Hoops, the Mid-State's premier specialized basketball training program. For more information, you can go to advancedhoops.com and send for more information, or you can pick up the phone and give us a call at 657-2620.
Looks like East going to face guard here, trying to make something happen. 36.9 seconds to go. It's still a 2-basket game with the 3-point line, so anything can happen.
Might be a case of too little too late, but East has outscored CD 18-8 here in the 4th quarter to make it a game. Gabby Scott on the dribble in the backcourt, kicks it away, lead pass. Haley Desso can't get it in, but she gets the foul.
Oh,
that was big.
Make that, get fouled, make a shot. It's a 2-point game.
2-point game. Here it is one more time. She did everything but put the ball in. Just can't get the bounce. So she's going to have to earn them from the stripe, and buries the first.
She did.
(34-30). Up and off over the backboard. So 4-point game, 26 seconds left. Rams to inbound. Gabby Scott fouled in the backcourt. Foul is on number 15, Alaysia Khan. So Scott takes the walk to the other end, and she's going to go to the line.
Tell you what, this game is definitely a long game, but it's been a hard-fought game between both teams.
The kind of game where when you come out on top, it's going to feel good afterwards. Even better than just a regular win because it was so hard fought. And Scott misses the foul shot. So he'll shoot another. Chance to make it a 5-point game. No good. Panthers still with a shot, under 20 seconds. Barcelona kicks, lays it up, no good. Rams with the rebound. Scott ahead to Amanda Stouffer. She lays it up and in, and that's going to do it. Hard-fought game, but Central Dauphin is going to come out on top, defeating CDEast by a final score of 36-30. Certainly when we started the 4th quarter, didn't look like it was going to be this close, but you have to give the Panthers credit as they came back and made a game of it and had some opportunities to get it really close or even perhaps come out on top, but just not a very good shooting night.
And when we come back, Todd's going to be with the player of the game and the coach from CD.
When my dad opened Hoffman Ford in 1953, this was the model that you could drive out of the showroom.
In the past 59 years, yes, things have changed, but one thing still remains the same. There's always been a Ford and a Hoffman in our showroom.
Through 3 generations, the Hoffman Ford family has believed in always treating their customers with the courtesy and respect that they deserve.
Passed on from our grandfather to our father and now to us, we believe these values will bring another 59 years of success. Bigger selection, better deals, Hoffman Ford.
There's something to be said for a company that has survived the Great Depression, weathered a handful of recessions, and emerged from today's challenging marketplace stronger than ever. And it's worth noting that success has come while keeping its headquarters and decision-making local for more than 80 years. Perhaps growing deeper roots to ensure strength and stability is an idea whose time has come. We figured that out 8 decades ago. Penn National Insurance.
High School Sports Live is brought to you by
Hemp Brothers, paving the way in concrete, asphalt, crushed stone construction services. Keystone State Games, Pennsylvania's largest amateur athletic festival. NK Sporting Goods, partnered with NK Graphics, has been outfitting the teams of Central PA for over 25 years. United Concordia, ensuring America's dental health for over 40 years. Regen, Muscle Recovery Beverage. Experience the raw power of natural cocoa. Groff, Tractor and Equipment, we're your #1 source for everything under construction. Sun Motor Cars, experience Central PA's ultimate driving headquarters. Central Pennsylvania Basketball Officials Association, become an expert at knowing one rule, one interpretation. Advanced Hoops, contact us at 657-2620 or visit us online at advancedhoops.com.
Gentlemen, I'm here with Coach Randy Gugliani and Hoffman player of the game, Jayneisha Davis. First to you, Coach Gugliani. One thing, your team weathered a storm. You had a lot of different looks, but talk a little bit about what you liked to see your team pull that victory out tonight.
You know, it was an ugly game. I think that our girls kept. East is scrappy. East is very scrappy. We knew that coming in, and we knew we had to stop CaLee Gelbaugh. I thought Perfect Martin was unbelievable defensively. Gabby Scott was in great help position at all times. So we really focused on stopping her, and I think the girls did a great job. And Jay picked up the offense great today. She stepped up big today.
Well, you had some other players step up as well, but in order in your division to keep pace with the Trinity Shamrocks, what are you telling your girls right now?
You know, we just got to fight each and every game. I mean, we get better offensively. We play smarter. We got to play smarter. I just think sometimes we lose focus. But if we play smarter, we can beat anybody.
Well, yeah. Coach, we'll let you get back in the locker room. Hoffman player of the game, Jayneisha Davis. Jayneisha, you picked your offense up. Your team pulled out a rivalry victory. Can you talk to me a little bit about what your team did tonight?
You know, I think we just played really good together as a team. And, you know, our coach was telling us at the beginning, you know, we need to play as a team, play defense as a team. And I think we all helped out on CaLee Gelbaugh to shut her down a little bit.
One more thing, you know, in your division, you got great games every night. Talk a little bit about keeping pace with like a Trinity Shamrock, what you guys feel you have to do from a player perspective.
I just think, you know, you should really get your teammates involved, and, you know, if you have the shot, take it, but don't force it. You know, just try to get your teammates involved, basically.
A modest young lady here. Jayneisha Davis, our Hoffman player of the game. We got one in the book, one more coming up, a big rivalry game. CDEast, Central Dauphin Rams, ABC 27, High School Sports Live. More post-game after these messages.
All-state freshman Malia Tate DeFreitas tore her ACL in a heated state playoff, and her dreams seem shattered.
Tried to come back in and it wasn't working out. I thought that my basketball career was over.
Getting an assist from the doctors at Arlington Orthopedic, Malia is ready to attack the hoop this season.
It feels good when I jump and cut and stuff. It feels normal, and the brace really helps me.
To go from tears to a smile, it was just a beautiful thing.
Get ready to start popping with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza. It's your favorite Pizza Hut pizza surrounded by 28 tasty cheese-filled bites. You won't be able to stop pulling them, dipping them, and popping them. And right now, a Cheesy Bites pizza with your favorite topping is just $11.99. Plus, add a 2-liter Pepsi and an order of breadsticks for just $5 more. The Cheesy Bites Pizza deal won't last long. Only $11.99 and only at your Pizza Hut.
Knoll Insurance, located at 704 Bridge Street in New Cumberland. They offer property, casualty, auto, homeowners, health, and life insurance. Knoll Insurance also offers notary services. Call Knoll Insurance today at 774-8128.
Borman & Babb Certified Public Accountants is a full-service accounting, tax, and consulting firm with over 17 years' experience serving the central Pennsylvania region. From taxes to payroll, from corporate accounting to business consulting, let Borman & Babb help you achieve your financial success.
Look into the sun for coverage of student-athletes from Palmyra, Hershey, and Lower Dauphin. Drew Weedman and the Sun staff are dedicated to weekly coverage.
Extra, extra! Read all about West Shore student and team success with the growing popularity of the Carlisle Sentinel, the pacesetter in Carlisle and West Shore Sports Review.
Patriot News has covered the region of Harrisburg since 1854, from all-star selections to championship reporting, the leader in central Pennsylvania sports news.
Advanced Tubes is the place for kids like me. Charlie Courtney teaches shooting, dribbling, passing, defense, and all kinds of fun games. The coaches are really cool. My favorite coach is Lenny, because he gives out candy if we did good. By the way, this is my dad, Charlie Courtney.
You don't think about physical therapy until you need it. When an injury occurs, think Select Physical Therapy. Select leads the way in providing patients with clinical expertise using the latest medical research and techniques. Our team provides physical and hand therapy, pre- and post-surgery, work injury rehabilitation, and much more. With several locations in the Harrisburg area, let Select return you to activity at home, work, or play. Select Physical Therapy. Recovery starts here.
Welcome back to Central Dauphin High School. John Reppitz along with Todd McCall and Charlie Courtney, where we just saw Central Dauphin defeat the Central Dauphin East girls 36-30. And gentlemen, CDEast shot 18% from the floor. Usually when you're doing that, you're not in the game. But they still had a shot to win because Central Dauphin was only 5 for 23 from the foul line and committed 23 turnovers. So it was one of those games where each team had a tough time getting it going. Central Dauphin just did a little bit better job, and they come out on top by 6.
And I think Todd and I would agree that as coaches that a lot of that goes with the coaches. I mean, they made it tough on strategizing on each other, but credit to the girls because on both sides of the ball, both teams, green and black, hustle. All game long, hustle, hustle, hustle. And you saw a lot of tirednesses. Now, 5 for 23 from the foul line. Coach G's going to be working on foul shots at the next practice, but for the most part, there was a lot of hustle mistakes and too little too late, but East had a great performance tonight. Hats off to the Lady Rampton, Jayneisha Davis's hustle.
And I say with both coaches, I appreciate what they do, the time they put in it. Both teams, East and CD, there's a lot of future there, and I think we're going to see great things out of both teams. Tonight's game is indication of a rivalry. TV, there's some tightness, but you know what? Had Gelbaugh had an opportunity maybe not to hurt the knee, it was tweaked a little bit, I think they might have took a look at it. I don't know. You know what happened? Did they still win here? But Coach Gamliani's crew came away with the victory. And when you get in a locker room, a win is a win is a win.
Especially in an inter-district rivalry game like this.
So Central Dauphin's win ties them with Cumberland Valley for second place in Mid-Penn Commonwealth. 1 game behind Trinity, and we still have this whole second half of action to go yet in league play. So that's going to wrap it up for the girls' game. Again, Central Dauphin defeats CDEast 36-30. We're going to take a timeout and come back and set the stage for the boys' game. Should be very entertaining. CDEast boys coming up next right here on ABC 27.